each ammunition performs out of a 3 or 3.5 inch barrel. Today the test gun will be an XDS 9mm. That'd be very comparable to a Smith & Wesson Shield or a Glock 43. The ammo we're going to be testing out of it is Federal HST 124 grain. This is the non-plus pressured version. I've tested this before and it hasn't performed very well for me, just my tests. My tests aren't super scientific. They're more realistic to simulate how a round would actually impact somebody's chest. Ballistics gel, it's very soft. You can stick your finger right through it. Somebody's chest isn't like that. So to simulate that, I use a pork bone, and I try to make sure that each round hits a bone to simulate worst case scenario. Another round we'll be testing is kind of an oddball round. I've seen these around and I've always wanted to test them. So I picked up a box. It's 9mm, 105 grain Federal Guard Dog. This is an expanding full metal jacket. Interesting. That's the one I expect to perform the least. The other one is one of my favorites, 115 grain Critical Defense by Hornaday. I've tested these rounds in the past as well. They perform very, very well. But that was also out of full-size handguns, Glock 17s, and guns with full-size barrels. And last but certainly not least, my personal favorite, this is a round that I choose to carry every single day, is the 124 grain plus P short barreled gold dots. These are plus pressured round and they're designed to be shot out of short barrels, which is really interesting to me. So let's get it started. Like that, not so much my face. Ready? Again, here's the Federal HST track. Besides like the ribs that went into it, there's very little expansion. There's one little piece right there, as you can see, that somewhat expanded, but nothing that I would ever personally use. You can see it kind of went at a funky angle. Not sure really what caused that. Just could be a lack of how it opened unevenly. I'm guessing it probably went in, this part opened, and drove the bullet nose down. But it's not an impressive track whatsoever. Sorry, this is the third or fourth time I've tested these and it's failed every single time. I'm done with the HSTs. The Federal Guard Dog, the actually most impressive one. I don't know how well you can see from there, but on this side, you have one hell of a cavity there. And that penetrated to what, about 14 inches? Mm-hmm. So it actually had really good penetration. It started opening up really quick too. I mean, there's a quick disbursement of energy. As you can see, it started probably about the 1 inch mark and went all the way about the 6 inch mark with good cavitation. It's decent. I'm definitely gonna say that the Critical Defense and the Speer Gold Dot short barreled did much better, but look at that. That's perfect uniform expansion. This is the one I expected to fail the most, and it actually did better than the Federal HST. Your Gold Dot, I'm actually really surprised. Has huge expansion, not very uniform. And it only went about 12 inches, but I'll tell you what, that's definitely the most impressive track. Here's a, yeah, that is a gold dot. I've never seen a little bit of a jacket separation on a gold dot. I mean, we're shooting through thick pork ribs too, so this isn't a super scientific test, this is more a realistic test. So, I mean, if you look at that, I mean, it just obliterated it. I mean, it was awesome round. Right here's the Critical Defense. It's impressive, not as impressive as the gold dot, but it definitely opened up really well. Had perfect expansion, like I said, through thick pork ribs. That's 115 grain.